My name is Mad Skills, and you are now tuned into the SparkSomethingPodcast. And right here, I want you guys to be the best version of yourself. I want you to live out the life that God is calling you to live out, because there'll never be another you. And no one else can do it the way that you can do it. Not with the flavor God has given you. So with that being said, welcome to the show. Let's go. Yo, so I'm gonna keep a buck with you guys. I've been here for a minute, but I'm gonna talk about it because I feel like people mention certain things and they never talk about it ever again. I've given up on myself a lot, and I bring it up and I bring life to it because I never used to talk about giving up on myself. I used to just do it and then it fades into the black. No, I'm gonna talk about it because every time I listen to or I go back and I listen to these episodes, I want to hear myself saying it out loud. I used to give up on myself a lot because I never believed that I was the one until God told me that I was. And I believed him when he said I was the one, but I didn't believe that I could be the one. I'm like, okay, you telling me that I'm the one, but one for what? Why me? Why am I the one? Why can't it be somebody else? And God said, it's been other people, but you hear me. You see me. You know that I'm talking to you. So you're the one. You are the one that nobody thought would make it this far. You are the one that people gave up on. You're the one. You are the one that I'm going to use. You are the one. And every time, like I said, I listen to an episode, I want to hear myself say, I used to give up on me. But I can't give up on me anymore. Because God won't let me sleep. Like I can't sleep. I see it in my dream. I hear it in my voice. In the way that I think. In the way that I carry myself. I see it. And I don't know about anybody else, but I be transparent because I enjoy being transparent on this podcast. I used to self-sabotage a lot. I used to self-sabotage because I'm like, nah, what if I fail? So before I can fail, I'm going to just go ahead and not even try. I can't even do that anymore. I can't even sit here and say, yo, what if I fail? What if I don't? What if I succeed? I know what failure feels like. I know what quitting feels like. I know what giving up on me feels like. The crazy part about it is, to all my big-hearted people in the back, to all my people-pleasing people, what's up? I know y'all hear me. I know y'all in the building. How y'all doing? Welcome to the party. Y'all been here, but I haven't really addressed the people-pleasing people that much. But I'm going to address y'all today. We have promises that we make to people. And we keep those promises to people before we keep the promises to ourselves. Because we know that on the other end of that, okay, we got somebody. We have an actual face. We have a name. We can put a face to a name. We can put a body to a face to a name. And this person right here, we're going to put all of our dopamine in their reaction. We're going to put all of that. We're going to put all of our love and all of how we feel and the good stuff and all of the we going to make sure that, okay, I want to feel good. So I'm going to put all of my dopamine. I'm going to put all of the things that make me feel like, okay, I'm generated. Okay? I'm going to explain what dopamine is. Dopamine, they say dopamine is a happy drug. Okay? Certain hormones are known to help promote positive feelings, including happiness and pleasure. That's what dopamine is. What does dopamine do to a person? Dopamine is known as the feel-good hormone. It gives you a sense of pleasure. It also gives you the motivation to do something when you're feeling pleasure. Dopamine is a part of your reward system. Okay, that's the best description I can give you. I just Googled that right quick while I was talking about it. But I'm going to put all of this dopamine, be like, yo, this person's going to make me feel like $1,000,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour all of everything. I'm going to have all of my hope and all of my aspirations and all of my peace and my happiness set on, if I do good, they're going to tell me that I did good. And if they tell me that I did good, I'm going to feel amazing. And I'm going to feel like I can run through a wall. So let me do the best I can for this person. And what if they don't approve? What if they don't live up to your expectation, people pleasers? What if they don't live up to your expectations, all my big-hearted people in the back? What if they don't? You know how you feel after that? You feel depleted. You know how you feel after that? You feel wore out. You know how you feel after that? You feel torn down. You feel like you ready to end it all. Jump off a cliff. Let me give you a harsh truth, harsh reality. We pour more into people than we ever will pour back into ourselves. And a lot of the times we say, you know what, it's so easy to pour back into people. You know why? Because we have a face to a name and a name to a face. And we know that this person can give us gratitude. If we pour back into ourselves, like genuinely pour back into us, we won't feel so low. When we aim so high and people don't give us what we expected, our expectations won't be minuscule. They won't be pushed to the side if we pour back into us. I found out the secret, y'all. I've been loving on myself for a minute. Recently, actually. And it wasn't until, and I don't have to talk about this, but I feel like I should. And I'm only going to skate around, and I'm not even going to really go into detail. But it wasn't until I lost a friend. And how I lost a friend, it wasn't, something that I actually understood, and I still don't. But I understand now why it was so important. I needed it because it changed my whole outlook on, I've been pouring so much into people and so much into things that other people are a part of, that when it's time to pour back into me, I'm looking around expecting those people that I poured into to be right here. And they're not. And that harsh reality, dog, that I'm going to give is everybody ain't you. Everybody don't love like you love. Everybody don't care like you care. Everybody isn't you. Heal, bro. Allow God to heal that part of you that feels like, I need to do this because I need to overexert myself. Because I want to feel loved. I need to fill some voids. I need to fill some empty spaces. Allow God to heal you, bro. At least that was my story. I had some voids. I needed somebody to fill them. And you seem like a good candidate to fill this empty space in my heart. And they weren't. And it's not that they were bad people. It was a God-sized void that you were using a person to fill, something to fill. It's a God-sized void. And you're sitting here, because we're sitting here pouring out and pouring out and pouring out and giving and giving and giving and giving, and they just taking it, taking it, taking it, taking it. And we are literally sitting here thinking that the more that we give, the more people will appreciate and see that we're giving, and they will give back to us. No. Usually that's not how it balances itself out. Usually they give, they take, and they move on with their lives. Harsh reality, but it's true. Why it's so hard for us to pour back into us is because we may not have ever been taught how. We've never been taught how. I grew up having to share. I grew up being told, this is family. You know how they are. Love them anyways. I didn't even know what that meant. What it meant, what it was supposed to look like. I just thought that it meant to, wipe away what they did and allow them to keep coming like a revolving door. So from growing up with that viewpoint, all of my relationships in my life look like that. Even the good ones. I love people to that measure because that's how I was raised. Revolving door syndrome. Until I had a friend that I was talking about earlier that showed me it didn't matter what I did or what I said. Whatever they believed was what they were going with. It didn't matter if I was right, if I was wrong, and I tried to right my wrongs. They didn't care what I had to say. They didn't care about how I felt. They didn't care about anything. The only thing they cared about was how they were affected by what I didn't do. And I didn't know that it affected them the way that it did. So they conjured up whatever they conjured up in their mind, and they made their final decision. And there was nothing that I could do to change it. And from then on, I came to the conclusion, I will pour back into me before I ever lose myself trying to get people to see how much I love and care about them. I owe me that. I owe me love. And I mean genuine love. And can't nobody love you the way you can love you. I owe me that. I didn't know what that felt like. But I owe me that. After a while, you get tired of jumping through hoops. You get to a certain point to where you get older and you like, is it me? And to be honest, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. In some ways it is. Because you haven't set any boundaries. You got no bars. You're just freely out here, just here, take that from me. Here, take that part of me too. Here, take this. What else? You want me to shuck and jive? You want me to dance? You want me to, you just freely just giving it away. And you wonder why you're surrounded by takers. Because what they're going to say is, oh, that's so-and-so. That's how they are. That's just her. She gonna be like that regardless. That's how she always been. And in their mind, that's how they're gonna view you. And in your mind, you're gonna view yourself as, oh, you know what, I've always been like that. So, I'm just loving. And it's cool to be loving. It's cool to be loving. It's fine to be caring. I'm still loving. I'm still caring. But I'm aware now. I'm cautious. And I don't mean cautious and like nobody can get close. I mean cautious like I'm discerning who's for me and who's not. Like you have to. The older you get, you have to protect yourself. One thing that I talked to God about, and this was years ago, and I used to always ask God to help me steward what he gave me. And a lot of people, they may think, okay, that's money. And it ain't even about stewarding money. Like it's bigger than just that. God gave you a heart. He gave you a mind. He gave you a life. He gave you a soul. He gave you all these things. All of this stuff that he put together and he created you. The biggest, the job of the enemy is to steal, kill, and to destroy. God gave you all of these things. Just walk with me on this. I asked God to help me steward what he gave me. I actually wanted to be able to take care of what God gave me. And in taking care of what God gave me, whether it be my life, my time was a big one. I had to learn how to steward what he gave me. The only thing that I could really take care of was my time. Was my body. How do I steward what God gave me? I started asking, and then I started to understand that I didn't have any standards or any boundaries. People had a perception of what they thought of me, and that was the perception that I lived up to. Like, oh, that's just how I am, so I'm just going to be the one to show up. And the crazy part about it is, if you don't show up, they're going to find another way. They're going to find somebody else. They're going to have to figure it out. And I know all my big-hearted people, what's up? All my people pleasing, what's up? I know it's killing you. But no, I just want to... No, you don't. You don't have to do it. You don't have to. And it's going to feel weird. Because it felt weird for me. It's going to feel hella weird to not do it. But in you not choosing to be the hands and feet for everybody, you're choosing to be there for you. You're choosing to be there for you. You don't gotta pick up the phone if you don't want to. You ain't gotta go visit no. Like, I've come to the conclusion, I refuse to visit anybody that takes me back to my old self. I refuse to be around anybody that takes me to the person that I no longer am. To all of the people that have memories of the old me, I think that's all you probably gonna have from now on. To all of the people that's not walking with me in the growth that I'm doing, to all of the people that's not growing. If you ain't growing, you going. That's just what it is. And it's crazy for some, but for me, that's me stewarding what God has given me. That's me protecting what God has given me. If you're not growing, you're going. That's just what it is. You could say it's harsh. You could say it's mean. You could say it's rude. It's stewardship for me. It's the stewardship for me. That's why I talk so much about if everybody ain't gonna understand. That's why I talk so much about everybody can't go. It's stewardship. People are like, oh, you a Christian, you supposed to love. I love everybody. It's levels. I love everybody, but everybody can't get close. And nobody ever taught me that. Nobody ever walked with me through that, because everybody in my life was so concerned about, oh, you related to them. Y'all grew up together. That's your mama family. That's this, that's that. And y'all gotta be close. Y'all gotta stay. And you don't. I thank God for my family, my mom's side, my dad's side, the family that I've met along the way. I thank God for each and every person. But like I was talking to my god sister about, I said, yo, I gotta be about the business that God is calling me to be about. I can't be just out here living my life reckless. I can't just be out here just doing whatever. Like, I have to be concerned with where I'm going. Not just where I've been, but where I'm going. Where I've been was a lesson. Where I'm going is a life. It's a lifestyle. It's a choice. When I was younger, I didn't have too many choices. I had a whole lot of lessons. And I was blessed to live life. And when my mom passed away, I had to grow up faster than I wanted to. And I ain't catch on right away. And I'm not better than anybody. I'm not trying to be better than anybody. I'm just trying to make sure that I protect what God has given me, because it's precious and it's special. And I owe me. I owe me to love me. I owe myself that love. I owe myself that time. I owe myself those gifts. I owe myself. You owe yourself. You've been pouring out to people your whole life. You're not tired yet? You're not sick of it yet? The thing about it is, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when you make the change. When it gets real uncomfortable, you start changing. When you realize that you're not an octopus, bro, you're not an octopus. It's okay. You're not an octopus. You got 2 legs and 2 arms. If your dog listening to this, your dog got 2 legs and 2 arms. You're not an octopus. You can't be everything for everybody. You can't even be everything for yourself. I let God lead and I follow. When I first when I first started going on my transition, even like just for the beginning of July, I had been off social. And I've been just seeking God in my mess, asking God to help me while I'm in my mess. Because there's nobody else that I can really go to and talk to, because God is really like drawing me away. And I feel like He's calling me to get closer. So in Him doing that, all of the moments where I've messed up, all of the times where I felt like I wasn't enough, God still came down and I was able to talk to Him and like give Him these things and say, God, I don't know what to do with this. God, I don't know how to maneuver in this new transitional thing you got me doing. I don't know. I can't do this by myself. God, I'm scared. Like, all of my feelings and my emotions. Whatever I felt in the moment, I said it. I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and I was like, yo, people think you got to be all together to come to God. And I'm like, nah, bro. God met me where I was. And I say that all the time. He met me where I was at. I wasn't all together. I grew up in church. Yeah, I grew up in church. But it's something switched when my mom passed away. Because I started seeing things that I didn't grow up seeing. I started seeing people for who they were. I started changing. Something switched. The darkness came in. And I saw it clearly. And I wasn't myself no more. I couldn't be a child. I had to grow up. And I didn't catch on then. And I went through life and it was hell. I'm not gonna lie, it was hell. But God saw me. He saw me. Even when I walked away from the church, even when I walked away from church people, God saw me. And when he saved me, I wasn't in church. He met me where I was at. In my lowest, where I was at. He loved me and he poured into me. And you think that I'm about to spend the rest of my life being depleted, being tried, being used, being all of these things? God given to me, then I'm going out giving to people that see you. This is the thing, they see that, oh, okay, I know I can go over here. I know I can get this over here. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna take that. Like, they're not giving anything. And I'm not saying have the mindset to just be around a certain group of people. All I'm saying is steward what God has given you well. Steward what he has given you well. If you don't know how to do that, and I'm still learning, I can't give you all the tools. All I know is I prayed and I asked God. I used to be afraid to spend time by myself. Now alone time is heaven to me. Okay? Heaven. You hear me? Pearly gates. Heaven to me. Quiet time. Heaven. The silence used to be extremely loud. It used to be deafening. It's heaven now. People had so many opinions. They had so many things. They wanted me to do all of these things. And, oh, you so good at that. You should do this. And you should do that. And you need to step out and do this more and do that more. And I couldn't be myself because I didn't know who I was. And I was living my life for people. And I wasn't stewarding what God had me to steward. What he gave me, I wasn't stewarding that. I was so eager to be like, okay, what'd you say about that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've been doing that, so I can do it. And you know how crazy it is for you to be doing what God gave you in the wrong season? You know how crazy it is for God to have given you something else to do in that season, and you're so stuck on, well, this is what I've been doing, so I might as well keep at it. And he's literally trying to say, come here, spend some time with me. Let me show you what I have for you to do in this new season. So many people, God, I'm doing all of this stuff. Why aren't I getting blessed? Because you're not doing what he's calling you to do in the season that you're in. The season has changed, baby. The season has changed. Honey, child, boo-boo, snookums. I'm thinking of names. The season has changed. God said, come away with me. Let me show you. And that's where I've been. And I've been learning that time is precious, time is borrowed, and the time that we have is even a gift. I'm learning how to steward that. And I don't do it well all the time, but I'm giving God what I have, and I'm learning as I go, and he's teaching me as I'm walking this thing out. I'm hoping that you got something out of this episode, because it's been a journey to get here, and this journey is continuing, and I'm still moving forward, and I'm still allowing God to be God in my life, and I want him to be pleased with the decisions that I make, the decisions that I don't make, the leaps that I take. I want God to be pleased. I'm not doing this for people anymore. If people love you, they love you. If they don't, they don't. They love you one minute, they despise you the next minute because you didn't do something. Give somebody a no that you've been saying yes to, and I guarantee you see a new side of them. A whole different version. They change. They forget you even exist. They're mad. They're angry. The seasons change, baby. So why don't you You owe you. We're pouring into people. God said it's your turn. Because he definitely told me that. And I'm just walking this thing out the way he's calling me to walk it out. And it's different. But it's nice. So that was the episode entitled You Owe You. I pray that you guys are blessed by it. I pray that, it sparked something in your life, that it woke something up, that it just confirmed some things for you. I pray that you continue to walk this journey out and you do it with God's help, because you're important, you're needed. There are people waiting for what you have to offer. And I'll continue to pray with you. Thank you guys for all the love, the prayers, and the support that you have given me. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, and the shares. Thank you guys for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for checking out the podcast on different platforms. You guys have been so amazing. I'm so grateful, and the journey continues. God bless each and every one of you guys. This has been your girl, Mad Skills. This is another episode of the Spark Something Podcast. And I hope this sparks something in your life. And I'm out. Peace, baby.